The Salt. A Hungarian folk tale. Long ago, in a prosperous kingdom, there lived a king who had 3 daughters. As time passed, the king began to question how much his daughters truly loved him. Wanting to hear their answers, he decided to test them. He called his daughters to the great hall and said, "Tell me, my children, how much do you love me?" The eldest daughter replied, "Father, I love you as much as gold." The king nodded with satisfaction. The second daughter said, "I love you as much as precious jewels and shining diamonds." Once again, the king was pleased. Finally, the youngest daughter spoke thoughtfully. "Father, I love you as much as salt." The king's face filled with anger. "Salt?" he shouted. "Salt is common and cheap. How can you compare your love to something so worthless?" Although the girl tried to explain, the king refused to listen. In his fury, he ordered her to leave the palace and never return. Heartbroken, the princess fled into the forest. For many months, she lived alone, surviving by gathering food and learning to endure a hard life. Despite her suffering, she remained wise and kind. One day, a young prince from a neighboring kingdom was hunting in the forest when he found the girl. Moved by her strength and gentle nature, he brought her to his palace and offered her protection. Over time, she told him her story and explained the true meaning of her words about salt. The prince admired her wisdom and wanted to help her. He soon devised a plan to teach the old king an important lesson. He organized a magnificent feast and invited the king as an honored guest. The tables were filled with beautiful dishes prepared by the finest cooks. However, the prince gave one strict command: no salt was to be added to any of the food. When the feast began, the king tasted the dishes and was shocked. Although the food looked perfect, it had no flavor at all. Growing angry, he complained loudly and demanded an explanation. At that moment, the young woman entered the hall. The king recognized his daughter immediately. Calmly, she said, "Father, this is food without salt, just as love without understanding has no real value." Suddenly, the king understood her words from long ago. Ashamed and deeply regretful, he begged his daughter for forgiveness and admitted his terrible mistake. After peace was restored between father and daughter, the prince asked the girl to become his wife. A joyful wedding was soon celebrated, with music, dancing, and guests from both kingdoms. This time, the king attended the celebration with pride, grateful to have learned such an important lesson. From that day on, the two kingdoms lived in harmony. The old king ruled more wisely, and the young couple ruled with kindness and understanding. And so, they lived happily, knowing that the simplest things in life are often the most valuable.
There was a time when my friend misunderstood the value of teamwork. He believed that working alone was always better and refused help from others. Because of this, he felt stressed and overwhelmed during a school project. Later, he realized that cooperation could make the work easier and more enjoyable. After asking for help, the project improved, and he learned an important lesson. Sometimes, like salt in food, small things such as support and cooperation are essential, even if they seem simple at first.
Thank you so much for watching today's video. I really hope it helped you practice your English and learn something new. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the next lesson. I'd also love to hear from you, so share your thoughts in the comments below. Your support means a lot and helps this channel grow. See you again in the next video.